polling units. I hope that you've done that, or if you've not, I think you can do that
online
on INEC website. Yes, you can, on their portal. So you also present, once you get there, you check if your name is at that polling unit, confirm that your name is at that polling unit, and then you go on to present your PVC to be verified by BVAS. That's the procedure. Okay, so accreditation and voting shall commence at 8:30 a.m. That's when accreditation and voting starts. Once you're accredited, you vote. All right, not that you get accredited and then go home and come back. Accredit, vote. That's how it is. All right, and then it's supposed to close at 2:30 p.m.
But there's a caveat on that.
Provided that all voters that are already on the queue by 2:30 are allowed to accredit and vote.
So it could extend beyond that.
So that's why I said it's expected or is supposed to end by 2:30. As long as everybody that's on queue
before 2:30
have voted. But if the queue is so long that even after 2:30 you still have people, on the queue, they have to continue.
But it means you can't come after 2:30. That's what this is telling you.
They can't accredit
after 2:30. So if you come by 2:34, you're on your own.
You won't be accredited.
It's only people that have been accredited before 2:30 and on the queue that will still be allowed to vote.
Very important that you know that. So it's not a factor of
they will fight them by 3 o'clock.
They did not allow me to vote too.
I know that some people now, when they see a long queue, they first go, let me go and sleep small. And then you come by 3, you are now fighting them at the polling unit.
That's why we mentioned that don't get accredited and then go home. After your accreditation, vote. When you're done voting, go. That's how it is. And then try to get there as early as possible. All right. And that's why why there are a lot of polling units, because there's a polling unit in almost every ward. Every ward has several polling units. Wards have several. So it's supposed to make it easier. So the only thing that may make it a little bit difficult, maybe there are like a lot of people on that street that live there, but then you have between 8:30 and 2:30 to be
patient and just make sure you accredit and vote.
It's not something that you have to slay to. You don't have to wear your makeup and wear your
you can make up
to go and vote.
Things happen at polling units, Sandra. What are you saying? Appear nice,
Appear nice, okay, but just make sure you get it on time.
Wear good perfume,
brush your teeth. Oh my goodness, brush your teeth. The last time I voted, because everybody just ran out of their house and
it's good that you just go there, looking nice, clean, and because you can't. Things happen at polling units, honestly.
It's alright. The things that happen at polling units.
And I'm just saying.
It's alright.
You've seen things.
Accreditation and voting shall commence at 8:30 a.m. and close at 2:30 p.m. provided that all voters already on the queue by 2:30 p.m. are allowed to accredit and vote. So be there before 2:30. Where a voter's PVC is read by the BVAS, but your fingerprint is not authenticated, authentication will be used using facial recognition. All right. So if your fingerprint does not work,
fails you. Your face, your eyeball cannot.
Your eyeball should be able to
should solve the problem.
Should solve the problem. Very important.
So 2 verification, steps. Either use your fingerprint or your eyeball does the magic for you.
All right. Okay. So that's that. Then when neither the fingerprint nor the facial can be authenticated by BVAS, unfortunately, the voter shall not be allowed to vote.
No authentication, no vote.
Unfortunately. So it's very important. I remember those days when we were trying to register people for BVN in the banks, and they come in, maybe they just finish eating amala, they just finish eating oil, it's not able to capture.
You have to clean your hands
your hands well, come with a fresh face.
Dry, fresh face.
Come with a fresh face so that it's able to quickly capture. It's very important. So because if you can't use fingerprint, you can do facial. But if neither fingerprint nor facial is authenticated by BVAS, you won't be allowed to vote. All right. So where a voter's PVC is read, but the name of the voter is not on the register of voters, or the PVC cannot be read by the BVAS, the voter will not also be allowed to vote. That's another thing. So it's not just about going out there. Please, it's very, very important. That's why all through today, this is what we're going to be drumming into the public, right? Pushing this
education,
yes, out there for you to know. Okay,
what the voting process is.
What the voting process is. We'll also, put out pictures on the appropriate way to thumbprint because some people also make that mistake. Some people, it should not be out of the box.
Small. The fact the thing just showed,
it should just show. Let it show. You cannot be over enthusiastic and say, okay, no man, I'm excited to vote, and they forget that you need to do it properly. All right, so where a voter's PVC is read, but the name of the voter is not on the register of voters, or the PVC cannot be read by the beavers, the voter will not be allowed to vote. So 3 things that could hinder you so far. All right, 3 things so far that could hinder you from voting. 1, get to the polling units on or before 2:30. In fact, before 2:30, so you can get accredited and then you can vote. Secondly, if your fingerprint authentication or your facial recognition authentication doesn't work, you won't be allowed to vote, because no authentication, no voting. And thirdly, so far, is that if your card cannot be read by the beavers, or the name of your name is not on the register of voters, you won't be allowed to vote. Please put this down. Very important. Now, in the event of sustained malfunction of the beavers, the presiding officer, after following laid down procedures, shall suspend accreditation and voting until a new beavers is made available. And where a replacement is not available by 2:30 p.m., they shall inform the voters and polling agents that voting will continue the following day. I'll take that again, but just paraphrasing. What it means is that if the beavers starts malfunctioning and it is taking too long to resolve, the presiding officer has some laid down procedures to follow. The presiding officer will suspend accreditation and voting until a new beavers is made available at that polling unit. But if a new beavers is not made available and replaced by 2:30, all voters and polling agents will be informed that voting in that particular polling unit, polling unit will be continued the following day. You are not supposed to go to another polling unit.
You can't even vote in another polling unit.
You are not supposed to cause trouble
or fight them or foment trouble.
Beavers is a technological device. Okay, it can dip. So if it does and they are unable to replace,
there are contingency plans for voting the second day.
The presiding officer will inform you the time to come the next day, just for your own polling unit. All right, and it doesn't affect the people who have voted already, just the people who are yet to vote and have not been accredited. All right, so please, let's also push that information out.
And don't fight them.
Don't fight them because there's a glitch. It is a computer. It can happen.
It can happen, yeah.
It can happen, all right? It can happen. Don't fight them, all right? Just take things easy. Wait for the announcement of the presiding officer. Now, where a beavers is replaced in the middle of an election, the data of the people that have voted in the faulty beavers will be merged with the data in the replacement beavers for the purpose of determining the number of verified and accredited voters. All right, so I already mentioned that the people that have voted before, they have voted. Don't go and call them back to come and vote with you the next day.
It's not even possible.
Okay, so what it means is that the data of the people that have already voted before the beaver started malfunctioning will be merged with the ones who will now be accredited on the new beavers. I hope that's clear.
Very clear.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. I really hope that
I'm learning a lot, Sandra, from you. And I'm sure everyone listening to us are also, don't fight anybody. These things are serious. And I like the contingency plan, Sandra. If this happens, this can happen.
This is the plan to put in place. This is the plan to put in place.
So good thinking from my neck. I think we have to commend them. Sorry.
If you have any question, just send a text message. I will read I'll read your answer.
Yeah, I think we should take text messages if there are questions.
We'll be able to take won't read it out. We won't take calls at all. But if you have any question, maybe you don't understand something I've read, or maybe I was too fast, okay? Just, send a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0913 6000 430. 0913 6,430. If you didn't get what I said, although all through the day, we'll have the Pidgin version, we'll have the Igbo version, we'll have the Yoruba version. All right, so just stay tuned, okay? But then if you're not able, if you didn't get what I've said so far, just, you can always take me back. We have time. Yeah. All right. So that is that. And moving on now, we also have telephones and other electronic devices capable of taking pictures are not allowed in the voting cubicles.
Even your phones too.
Okay. So any electronic device or any telephone.
So no selfie.
No time to take pictures or anything.
Or selfie when you're voting.
Voting done.
I've done this. I did my
voting done.
No, you know these things now, our people. One of our young ones who wants to slay with everything.
We outside.
We're outside.
We outside.
Voting done. All those. So you can't actually take selfies with your ballot paper.
Telephones and other electronic devices capable of taking pictures are not allowed in the voting cubicles. Voters may come to the polling unit with telephones and other electronic devices, but they cannot take them to the voting cubicle.
Yeah.
You can't take picture of other voters while they are voting. Okay? You can't snap pictures of the ballot paper. That's just what it is. You can take it there just in case you want to call someone, you want to talk to someone. But when you are going to vote, just set it aside. Okay?
Yeah.
That's very simple. I hope that's clear. Moving on now, we also have voters, provided they are peaceful and orderly, are free to remain within the vicinity of the polling unit after casting their ballot to witness the sorting and counting of votes and announcement of results. So maybe there's no light at home and you feel that, what am I going to do at home? Let me also be a part of the process.
Hang around peacefully.
Hang around peacefully. That's just basically what it means. So you can be there, while the counting and collation is being done. You can be a part of that. Just witness it. All right. It's not a time for you to cause problems or whatnot. Now, we also have visually impaired or blind persons that are unable to distinguish symbols or who suffer from any other physical disability may be assisted to vote by a person that's chosen by him or her other than an election official, a party agent, or a security personnel that's on election duty. So you can call someone that is trusted, preferably your family member, someone that you trust. I would know that will not cast your ballot to another.
Do A, go do B.
You can't do B for you. Somebody that you trust, but you can't, assisted by an election official, maybe the presiding officer or the assistant. They can't assist you.
Yeah.
A party agent should not and cannot assist you. A security personnel that is on election duty cannot also assist you. So if you're visually impaired or blind persons that are unable to distinguish figures, symbols, or you suffer from any other physical disability, and you need assistance to vote, only someone that you choose by yourself, not even a party agent, will direct someone that will help you. Okay, so you choose someone that will help you. Also, we have visually impaired or blind voters may, where available, use the Braille ballot guide or magnifying glass provided by the commission.
Oh, so they're going to provide it
where available. If it's available, it is available in your polling unit, you can use it as a guide. Also, we have persons with disabilities, visibly pregnant women, nursing mothers, and the aged shall be granted priority access to vote.
That's good.
If you see please allow them vote. All right, everybody will vote. We have enough time. We have so many polling units. All right, so each polling unit, we don't have millions of people that will be queuing.
Of course, yeah.
So persons with if you know any person with disability on your queue, or you see a visibly pregnant woman, or you see a nursing mother,
the visibly part of it,
and that's why I said visibly. Very important, because somebody can come and say, even me, I can come and please, I'm pregnant.
It has to be visible that
visibly. Nursing mothers and the aged folks, the elderlies. Please grant them priority access to vote. So these are the 16 major guidelines that we need to note. Don't forget the 3 major ones that may not allow you vote. One of which is you need to get to the polling unit before 2:30. They open 8:30 a.m. You have to be there before 2:30 p.m. so you can get accredited, and then you can vote. After 2:30 and you did not get accredited before then you'll be allowed to vote. It is only people that were accredited before 2:30 and they were on the queue that will be allowed to carry on to vote. Also, another thing that may not allow you to vote is if your fingerprint authentication or your facial recognition authentication does not work, you will not be allowed to vote. If your PVC cannot be read by BVAS, you will not be allowed to vote. So it's very important that you make all of this, because it's now in your court. All right, the ball is now in your court. Get there early. Ensure that your hands are clean and clear for authentication, and also ensure that your PVC, you took care of it. All right, the card is readable. All right, that's it, and that's that for that. All right, now moving on. At the close of the poll, all right, this is for people who want to wait behind and monitor the counting, collation, transmission, and declaration of results. Okay. At the close of the polls, the presiding officer shall declare voting closed after every voter on the queue by 2:30 has voted. Again, emphasis
on 2:30
on the fact that after every voter on the queue by 2:30 has voted. The presiding officer shall cancel all the unused ballot papers by crossing them out in front of you. They will do that publicly. They won't carry it to corner. All right, they will do it publicly. They will cancel all the unused ballot papers. They will show you and cancel it all out. The presiding officer will also sort out the ballot papers by party and thereafter loudly count the votes scored by each political party in the presence of the party agents and observers. The presiding officer will allow recounts of votes on demand by a party agent. So if you are a party agent and you are not comfortable with the counting or the collation, you can demand or request
for a recount.
But provided that such a recount shall only be done once. You can't do it multiple times.
Count again.
Only once. All right, so please note that.
For party agents, basically.
The presiding officer shall cross-check the scores, enter the scores of each candidate in the appropriate forms, and conspicuously, that is obviously in a public place, paste the form EC60E. Failure to do so amount to dereliction of duty.
Just that's for the presiding officer.
That's for the presiding officer. Once they are finished counting, they will paste the results. That's just what it means. The presiding officer will sign, date, stamp the appropriate forms, and loudly announce the votes scored by each political party.
Okay.
That's the presiding officer. Ensure that you say it aloud. A.
So you will hear as a voter, yeah.
They will be saying. So even you as a voter, if you are still there, you also follow
results
it.
Announced, yeah.
The presiding officer shall take and photograph the result. Take a picture of the results sheet from EC8A with the BVAS and transmit accordingly.
That's electronic transmission
straight
now.
To the IREV now. All right, so that's what that. And then finally, the presiding officer will complete other required procedures, take the BVAS, original copy of results and forms in a tamper-proof envelope to the registered area or ward collation officer. Are we following? Can we have one of our guests now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right. So far, I hope we've been able to follow the conversation. I have here. Good morning. How many ballot papers will a voter be given tomorrow? Very simple.
3.
You will be given 3. They will be color coded. We don't know the color yet, but they will be color coded. The one for presidential, you will know it. They will give you one. The one for senatorial, they will give you.
And the reps. So
the one for House of Reps, they will give you. So 3. That's he said how many ballot papers? 3 ballot papers will be given to a voter tomorrow. All right. So that's as regards your question. Okay. So we also have here. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, someone here is saying that the program is newspaper review. No, Mainland Focus is not newspaper review.
So the focus today is voter education, the voting process.
He said that we are shutting them off.
I
said, so no, we are not shutting you, Mr. Godwin from Ilasa. No, we are not. All right, so this is how it works. All right, newspaper review, that's trends in the papers, is from 7:40 to 8:30. That is newspaper review.
And we've done that.
And you notice that we do not take phone calls on newspaper review. Mainland Focus is we pick the major hot story at the moment, and then we pick it and then we flesh it out,
and then allow you
join the conversation. But today we are not treating any story from the paper today on Mainland Focus. We are only doing voter education. We are not shutting you up. No. As a matter of fact, we can't wait to hear all your stories by Sunday evening on Political Roundup.
We're doing the reports on Saturday too,
Yeah, you can call in and give.
But again, I think Sandra, we need to clear the reasons why we are not also taking calls is that campaigns have ended, and as a radio station, we have rules guiding us. Again, we would have overzealous callers who would make statements that will be tagged as campaigns. And that will be on us, so we can't.
So that's what we're avoiding. We're not avoiding.
So
we're not.
Please bear with us.
No. He said, "Oh, is it because of what happened yesterday?"
No. Just bear with us. Just the rules.
No.
Trying to keep to the rules.
Bear with us is just for today. We are not shutting anybody up. Of course, we resume our normal Mainland Focus on Monday. All right. This is just to try to keep people in place, because we have some people that will want to take advantage of the phone call
and begin to campaign.
And at the moment, Mainland FM cannot pay such fines, please. Thank you very much for your understanding. Mr. Godwin has something to say.
I'm sure we should be enjoying the discussion as we're bringing it out.
Okay. All right. Someone here is now saying you did not mention at what point the results will be sent to the server.
Oh, we did that.
I did that. I just did that. That's the last thing that the presiding officer will do. Okay. So he will, after he has completed all of this, he will he will use the beavers to take a picture of all the forms and send it. Transmit it accordingly. Okay. All right. So
and the last part is complete all the required procedures, right?
All right. He's asking question about PVCs that were found in the bush and what will happen to them.
INEC will sort that out, and the police.
INEC will sort that out. The security agencies will sort that out. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see what we also have here. Okay, James Ogbonna is giving us his phone number. He's saying that he has registered as a party agent, and he would like to give live reports.
No problem.
Thank you very much, James Ogbonna. We will get
in touch with you. Will be open,
Yes, we will get in touch with you tomorrow for live reports from your end. All right, but then the studio line will also be open for text messages.
And then our reporters are going to be out there. You may be lucky to meet some of us
on the field.
At your polling units too. Who will be out there? Or me, myself, I think we will be working. A lot of people will be out there from Mainland FM, so you may just be lucky to meet us in the field.
Okay. All right, let's keep moving now. Let's see if we can have one of our guests joining us now, so that we can come back to the voter education. Don't forget that you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. We already mentioned that this is what we're going to be doing for the major part of today. By 11 a.m., Eric will come in and do the pidgin version. By 2, Odogo would also come in and do the Igbo version. Of course, Kokorede, Mr. Password, would also do the Yoruba version later on. All right, so just to ensure somewhere along the line,
education,
yes, complete voter education. Somewhere along the line, we'll also see if Alhaji Sani Danger can also do the Hausa version, just to ensure that everybody is well informed. Okay, very important. Thank you very much for staying with us. Stay with us also all through tomorrow. We will be giving you live reports from the field. Everyone, including Fuhad Sahid,
I do feel that.
will be on the field.
You will just see me in your polling unit. Talking to you.
So if you see Fuhad on the polling unit, take it easy on him. Okay, would appreciate that. All right, and also Okwayemi is going to be on the field. Jaydan is going to be on the field. So many people. A lot of people, even Mr. Nuruddin will be on the field. So just stay with us and let's get all the information as it comes live on the field. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. We have joining us now via the phone line Pastor Itwa Igodalo, President and Founder, Trinity House, Lagos. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have this conversation with you this morning.
Thank you.
Yes, you're on to Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Omobola Sandra. Fuhad Sahid is also here in the studio. And so far, we've been giving information on voter education, what is expected of voters tomorrow. But we'd also like to hear from you, your thoughts generally about the elections, and also how do you think that voters can manage their expectations from tomorrow? Because there are high expectations out there as regards this election. Also, how they can manage their expectations, thereby shunning any form of violence during or after the elections.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate the government for consistently, in 1999, conducting the elections on and as well as necessary. One or two have been postponed a couple of weeks here and there, but by and large, every election cycle has been delivered. So I want to thank them. I want to encourage everyone to go out and vote tomorrow. Nobody should be afraid of anything. Nigeria belongs to all of us, and I don't think anybody would want to foment any kind of violence. Everybody needs to see these elections through, and we need to see the results thereof. So I don't think it's going to be possible. I think the efforts put in by INEC to make it electronic, to make it online real time, is going to minimize any kind of attempts at the typical ballot snatching and things like that. I think those things are things of the past in Nigeria. And I like the fact that both the president has given very, very stern and firm warnings, and also the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, has also been very firm about everybody conducting themselves peacefully. So I think that large, tomorrow is going to be peaceful. The elections are going to go as they should go, and hopefully we'll begin to get the results by tomorrow evening and begin to welcome a new president or president-elect to Nigeria. So let everybody be encouraged. Nobody should be worried. Nobody should be frightened. Nobody should be made to feel that their vote will not count and that it will be violence. There will be no violence tomorrow by God's grace.
Amen. All right, to the youths, of course, the data shows that we're going to have a lot of first-time voters, and majorly there will be youths who will be voting for the first time. The energy is high. The social media, of course, seems to have done a lot in terms of voter awareness amongst the youths. What message do you have to the youths that will be voting for the first time tomorrow?
Well, I'd like to welcome them to the democratic process, and I want to also, I'm thankful that they have woken up, and this is what we need. They are 70% of our population. The government belongs to them. The future belongs to them. So let them come and exercise their franchise. Let them come with their youthful energy, but let them come with maturity and peacefulness. We don't want any kind of misbehavior or over-enthusiasm or over-zealousness at the polls tomorrow. Let them come. Let them vote. When they finish voting, those who wish to go back home peacefully should do so. Those who wish to stay around to watch the counting should do so. My suggestion is as many as possible stay around to watch the counting, so that you can take a record of what happened in your polling booth. If you want to come with a small picnic basket, you are welcome. Come sit down, drink, eat, vote, and nice family day out. Bring the children if you want. So that everybody we are happy in Nigeria and we're thankful that we're going through a transition.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you taking time out to join us on the show this morning.
Thank you, and thank you for all your efforts at voter education. Please try and tell them to vote carefully. They should go to do the registrations, follow the instructions of the INEC officials, let everybody queue up properly, do your accreditation. After accreditation, make sure your PVC is with you. Don't forget it at home. Go quietly to the booth. Put your thumb on the black thing and then stick it on the person that you want to, or the party symbol that you want to vote for. Be careful how you fold the ballot paper so that it doesn't smudge, because they will avoid any ballot paper that smudges. Don't vote across lines. Make sure that your vote is right there in the middle of the party you are voting for. Fold it carefully. Put it back into the ballot box and step aside to another part of the area and continue your business. So let everybody follow the procedures very, very carefully so that their votes will count and they will not make mistakes.
All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Itwa. We appreciate.
Thank you. God bless you all. And God bless Nigeria. And I declare and declare that it shall be well with Nigeria.
Amen.
Nigeria will be great again. Nigeria will prosper, and every single Nigerian will prosper. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. That was Pastor Itwa Igodalo, President and Founder, Trinity House, Lagos, sharing his own expectations and hopes for Nigerians and voters to come tomorrow. All right, very soon we will also be having the EFCC spokesperson joining us on the conversation as regards vote buying. And
if you buy votes, vote buying is in two ways: the offer and the person receiving. And you're free, both of you. EFCC will be out there. So when the offer, you please don't collect.
It's interesting when we talk about vote buying, and everybody just assumes it's the politicians, but the truth is even the collector is also committing an offense. Yes, he's also committing a crime, whether we like it or not. So yes, those are the things that we're going to be having a conversation on. Mr. Wilson Ujare, the EFCC spokesman, will be joining us also very soon. So stay with us. In the meantime, don't forget that you need to get to your polling units as early as possible.
Starts 8:30.
Starts 8:30.
Closes 2:30.
Closes 2:30. If you are not accredited and yes, if you are not accredited
by 2:30, you don't forget it.
So just let it go, but don't do that, please. We are so happy with the numbers. 87 million. We're really happy with the numbers, and we hope that these numbers would actually count now. So we have Mr. Wilson Ojari who will be joining us very soon. But in the meantime, very important, let us do the needful. Also, Mr. Ben Undei will be joining Okoyemi by 4 p.m.
Police PPR Lagos.
Exactly. Okay, so we have Mr. Wilson Ojare, the EFCC spokesman, already joining us live right now. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Yes, this is Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Omobola Sandra, and Fuhad Sahid is also here. And so far we've been talking about, or we've been dishing out voter education, especially, as regards what is expected of voters at the polls tomorrow. And we would also like to hear from you about vote buying, what the EFCC is doing to curb it, and also some clarifications needed on the issue of buying votes in kind, because there
was a report yesterday,
or there are indications, that people just assume that vote buying can only done with cash or by money. All right, so just clarifications, and also
what the EFCC is doing.
What EFCC is doing.
Well, starting from what the EFCC is doing, the Commission has mobilized all its personnel across the 36 states and the FTT for this, for the purpose of monitoring the election. And starting to, as I speak with you now, all our people are everywhere. And the objective is to ensure that voters are not induced financially to make their choice. And also, any other thing that constitutes financial malpractices, they have the money to check that. And we are doing that learning from our experience with previous elections and some of the tactics that politicians and other political actors employ, trying to influence the outcome of election using money. We are aware of those tactics, and we have designed a strategy to check some of those practices for this election. I think we are going to go, and I'm hopeful that at the end of this process, we will have an election that will be void of bigger use of money to influence the choice of voters. But regarding people collecting items in kind to cast their vote for one party or the other, I think that would be unfortunate for any Nigerian at this age and time. They would want to sell their conscience for a pittance and use their future for the next 4 years. I think our nation is going through some difficult time, and all of us are yearning for a better future for Nigeria. And we have an opportunity tomorrow to make a choice of the leader that we believe is able to give us what we believe that we deserve as citizens of this country. So it's a huge responsibility that is placed on our lap, individually and collectively. And I think that Nigerians should be responsible enough to make their choice devoid of any influence. Prior to now, there have been so much of intervention from the USCC and other stakeholders, letting people know that it is their duty to vote and vote on their own without being influenced by anybody. And I believe that the message has gone out, and those who still do otherwise should be unfortunate. But that will not deter us. We will continue to sensitize them. And in time to the person, if you believe that just for a measure of about rights, you tell your question, I think that will be important. But I know that millions of Nigerians realize the importance of this election and they will do the right thing.
Okay, well, for other Nigerians who maybe see any form of vote buying, whether in cash or kind, are there channels that they can make their reports to? Are there ways they can reach the EFCC to give such reports, like something like a whistleblower? Are there opportunities for things like that?
Well, there are opportunities to do that. The circulated hotlines that our officers have been deployed across the country.
Hello? All right. Okay.
If you discover anything that you believe constitutes a threat to free and fair election, you are obliged to call any of these numbers. And if you can't reach those numbers, we have an app that is called Eagle Eye. You can download it from the Google Play or Apple Store.
Okay.
Just take a picture of what you have seen and send through that app, which will be attended to. And that app guarantees you anonymity. Nobody will know who has done what.
Okay.
You just need the information to work on. But if you can also use that, the commission has an email address that you can also send information to. It's called info@efcc.gov.ng.
Okay.
You can also reach us through that channel.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Wilson Uwajare, the EFCC spokesman. We appreciate you taking out time to have this conversation with us this morning.
It was my pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead. And that is the EFCC spokesman, Mr. Wilson Uwajare, speaking on vote buying and, what they are doing to curb it, and also just look up the numbers that you can call if you see something and you want to say something.
You talked about the Eagle Eye. You can also download that app, and like I said, that guarantees anonymity. You can always drop information if you see any form of threats to the elections when it comes to vote buying.
All right. Okay, so thank you for staying with us so far. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM on Mainland Focus today. The focus for today is voters education. And we had our guest joining us via the phone line this morning, Pastor Itwa Igodalu, President and founder, Trinity House, Lagos, talking about managing expectations and the elections generally. And then we also have Mr. Wilson Ojare, the ESCC spokesperson, also talking about vote buying and what they're doing to curb it. Benjamin Hundeyi, the PPRO of Lagos State, will be joining Okoyemi Akinyode in the evening by 4 p.m. To talk about security during the elections. Well, it's well packaged. That's what we're doing right here at Mainland 98.3 FM to ensure that you have the necessary information, the tools necessary to go out there and make an informed decision. Apologies once again that we couldn't take phone calls today, but then I'm sure you understand why. No campaigns allowed throughout today. Okay, so we won't be taking phone calls all through today. We'll just be doing voter education. Make sure you have all of the information necessary. Okay, so someone asked this question here. Say, good morning. Please, after being accredited, will I go back on the queue to wait for when I'll vote, or I'll vote immediately? Because you said voting will commence 2:30. No, I did not say voting will commence 2:30. I said voting will commence 8:30. So as soon as you get accredited, they give you your papers, go and vote in the cubicles, then you drop your paper and then you go, or you stay if you want to. That's how it works.
It's a continuous process.
It's a continuous process.
You go ahead and vote.
Yes, it's a cycle. So you go, they check your cards, they accredit you, they authenticate you,
ballot papers.
They give you your ballot papers, you go to the cubicles, you cast your vote, and then you go. Except the cubicles are full, you wait for the available cubicle, and then you go into the available cubicle and then you vote. That's how it works. Okay, so no, voting does not commence 2:30. Voting ends by 2:30, as long as there are no more accredited people
waiting to vote. If they are still there, the voting continues beyond 2:30.
Thank you. If there are still accredited people on
waiting to vote
after 2:30, waiting to vote, they will have to vote because they've been accredited. But if there's no longer any other accredited people after 2:30, voting has ended. All right, so if you still need any more information, do well to send a text message if you have questions. 091-36000430, 0913-6000-430. You can send your questions, or you need clarification on what anything that we have read today. Please do well to send them now, and let's answer your questions. Of course, all through the day we'll be having more of this education. All right, thank you very much. Okay,
people want to talk.
Chinedu is in Ebonyi State at the moment.
Okay, I was listening.
Chinedu, who usually calls from Maurice.
Okay.
So he's Stay safe, but he's giving us one information now. But Chinedu will contact you behind the scenes to verify this information. Okay. Thank you very much for giving us the information. We appreciate. Which reminds me, the phone line may not be open tomorrow, but the messages, text messages.
Yeah.
Yes. We are taking text messages, WhatsApp. Send as many as
information that you want to drop.
Preferably via WhatsApp. It's easier, it's cheaper. All right, so you can send it in. For those who want to give live reports, send it via WhatsApp. We would only be taking phone calls from our field officers.
Reporters, yeah.
Yes, and because we have people distributed all over the country, so we may not be able to take phone calls from you, except we call.
Messages, WhatsApp, voice notes, maybe.
Voice notes, yes, we can take voice notes also. We'll just play it on air. All right. So
we need to check before it goes out.
And that's why we can't take phone calls. So we'll listen to it first, verify it, accredit it,
and be sure that
it's free to go. All right, thank you, Chinedu from Ebonyi State. He has gone home to vote. Obi has also traveled to vote. Pastor Ambrose. In Mowe. I don't know if he's traveling or if he's going to
I think
from Mowe. All right. So every other
Prince Wires, I don't know if he's voting in Lagos or Osun State.
Osun State. We didn't get.
I think he votes in Osun State because the last time I think he said he was in Osun.
That was a state election.
But of course,
he can't vote in Lagos for an Osun State election.
I think he votes in Osun State. But again, wherever he's voting, we wish him all the best, and he should keep You should stay safe. Yeah, just stay safe. He's
okay.
wise.
So, but if he's traveling, I'm sure he knows he can watch us live.
Don
when
Peters
he was
too.
there, he was watching us
I think
live.
he travels too to vote.
Don Peters also. I think it also travels. There's some of our people. If someone called us at the park, that he's at the park right now and he's on his way.
I think he'll be voting in Alaba.
In Alaba, also. That would also like to hear from you.
Damlola on transit too.
Damlola on transit too. Yes, I think we can
around the Jigo or so.
Get in touch with Damlola on transit to give us something from that area also. But I think we have a team that's already stayed
covering that entire area.
Covering that area also. All right. So please stay safe. Information still coming in. Thank you for staying with us. But stay tuned. More information still coming in on voter education all through today as we prepare and Nigeria goes to the polls. 98.3 Mainland FM. Stay with us. Stay tuned.
Mainland 98.